So here I'm removing the throttle body. There is the electrical connector and air hose that connects four 10mm bolts, and the throttle is attached to the base through two guides. So you can see all the details in there. Here I was trying to disconnect the intake manifold from the supercharging inlet. They are connected with a very small hose. Is very hard to try to make the parts split apart. Is very difficult to access, very tight. Look in the video now. I realized that the best bet that I had was just cut that hose with a knife or utility knife, and later on when reassembling the car I just replaced that. It's going to be way easier. I'm going to gain a lot of time because in reality is I even shorten the video here, but I waste so much time just trying to disconnect the two pieces, and it didn't work for nothing. So we can go in any auto parts and then buy a piece of hose, cut that piece, and when you need to reassemble you put it together. The other thing that yeah, I remember now. If you take the route of remove the intake manifold attached to the head, is a very good way to avoid you to mess with the supercharger. But in order to do that, my opinion is you need to cut that hose, because to make that part free, you are not going to be able to pull the head attached to intake manifold, and in the same time releasing that hose that attaches it to the inlet supercharger. It's my opinion. You can be looking in video and see. I waste so much time trying to preserve a piece of nothing. It's my opinion. And I was trying to release the upper part, and then I changed the approach, and I switched to the bottom part, the portion that is the hose is connected to the inlet supercharger. It was the only way I was able to make that piece free part without doing any wiggle or anything, and it's good to go to the next step. Now removing the supercharger, there is 4 bolts. This is the biggest one. So here is the most important one, is the guide bolt that's going to help you to hold the supercharger in place when you're removing or putting in. This is the bolt that supercharger shares with the alternator. And finally, the 2 bolts of the flange of the water pump that needs to be removed because supercharger is attached with the water pump.